Ever since I first tried the Gorgon, that brushed rear-wheel drive monster truck from Arrma, my mind was open to what modern fun can be on a budget in 110 scale. I mean, it could be the most fun little monster truck I've ever had. We looked at the FMS F100 recently too, and another brushed model that was actually similar to the Gorgon. Now, a lot of people have been talking about putting brushless into their Gorgon or into the F100 from FMS, and I completely understand why you do that. And that was until Arrma released the Quake, which has no snakes, serpents, reptiles of any kind, but might have some geological instability. Comes in 3 colors, this thing. It's still the same formula, the same plastic chassis of the modern range of Arrmas that we're seeing. So you got that same little battery cover when it's included. Actually, you know what? Less puffy wheels than what was on the Gorgon, funnily enough. One thing I really liked about the Gorgon was just they were empty, no foams, and they were just kind of puffy and light, and they'd make a beautiful sound. These have foams. They're still vented, but the sidewalls are a bit stiffer as well, and they're somewhat, at least the fronts are, somewhat lower profile. They're a split rim design, larger on the inside, smaller on the outside, so you've got plenty of squishy sidewall, which means your tires are going to bend as they go around corners on the outside more, but they're going to hold a bit more on the inside. That's very much by design, and it's how things have been done for a very long time. The body is now polycarbonate, thankfully, and not the polyvinyl of the Gorgon, which I think had some durability issues. We also have some nice plastic armoring on this Arrma that I think will probably help keep the thing together a little bit longer than the original Gorgon body did. I keep saying the G word because they are actually the same basic idea, but the single biggest difference, aside from having a gyro-enabled radio, which is more necessary when you go on faster, is the 4000 kV brushless motor. And honestly, even though it says it takes 3S, when you have a 4000 kV brushless motor, 2S is still going to be pretty bananas. And the box suggests 40 mile per hour on 2S and 50 plus on 3S. I think it's going to struggle to hit 40 on the gravel that we're playing on today, but I don't need a crazy high top speed. What I do want from a truck like this is some punchy acceleration and the grip to match. We've got a really decent, solid little wheelie bar that is removable, but I'd suggest keeping it on. You've got some nice compressive, is that a word? Plastics that are going to help protect the back, same in the front. Now, you don't really need to take the body off, but you can. Let me just unhook the front. Now, mine had actually been opened already. The local hobby shops in Melbourne here seem to do that often. I often get boxes that have been opened and taped back together. I suppose it's for floor stock, and maybe for these American source models, they're just harder to get stock for, I don't know. This one came with some scratches on the lid already, and I personally don't mind. I have a lot of cars, but if it was my first car and I'd saved up for it, I'd be a little bit miffed that, I wasn't getting something brand spanking new when I'm paying the new price for it. It's never been driven though. This has a few little changes to what the Gorgon had. This little bracket for a start is brilliant, and I'd even considered putting this on my original Gorgon. I think the holes will be there for it. I also see we've got a fan over the motor now. The hole's there on the other models, but it's nice to see it here. It's an all-in-one ESC with a gyro enabled. It's the SLT2 with gyro, so the latest SLT2. These are a bit hit and miss for people, but so far, when I've had problems, I found resellers, at least in Australia, have been absolutely fine with replacing stuff. I haven't tested this yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be fine. I like that they've color coordinated with the body. For me, a big thing that I like on this car is the quality of the plastics. Yeah, you've got plastic steering links and, well, plastic everything, but so does the X-Max, really. I mean, you want something that's going to be big and bouncy and it'll take a bunch of tumbles. You don't want a lot of metal. Alloy tends to crack or shear with enough impact, and plastic tends to bend, and it's just generally more forgiving. I see sealed bearings. They're actually quite decent. On the fronts, they're probably going to, yep, I can see on the back too, they're sealed bearings all around, which is great. Lovely big bore oil-filled shocks. They have spacers, not screws, but they come with a bunch of spacers in the pack as well. Yeah, it's quite good. It's the same composite shock tower. So far with a body like this, I haven't had any problems with breakages. Oh, this is actually a much better setup than what you got on the Gorgon. I am a fan of this body. The Gorgon was affordable, and so there'll be a lot of Gorgon owners looking at this and thinking, this or brushless my Gorgon, if they've not done it already. Even a replacement body on the Gorgon, I think this would not be a bad way to go, because the plastics look to be fairly well put together. It's the same retention system where they slide in through the holes and you slide the clip through and it holds it down. Good enough. The servo location also seems to be a bit changed, because on the Gorgon it was back and angled some more. We still have a decent servo saver on the horn, and it's actually a fairly custom looking servo horn. It's going to be a decent enough servo. Look, let's get the thing powered on and see what we think, hey? I'm going to turn the radio on first. I'm going to keep this thing kind of stable when I turn it on. You heard dit dit, so that's 2 cell, and if you had dit dit dit, it tells you got a 3 cell. I've got a 3300 milliamp hour 2S battery in today. Look at the acumen on that. See the last little bit of angle? This is going to steer much better when it's going slow or decelerating. I'm just having a quick play with dual rate, which is SR on the radio. It's actually set quite well out of the box, which is good. We got some pancake action there. Cheapish, but decent enough tools, and a nice little multi-tool wheel thingy as well. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this, and I'll take this opportunity to thank my channel members for supporting me on this RC-TNT journey. You know who you are, but here are the top tier guys on the screen. Thank you guys, really. Now, you're not going to need to take this body off very often, but when you do, you just got to pull these tabs back and make sure she's lined up. Line up the little spiky bits, press them in, and click. You do have throttle limiting, 50, 75, and 100%. And you also have an ability to change the gyro from off, low, medium, and high. And usually it's on low or probably medium from the feel of this. But I'm just going to leave things stock and drive it. Right, let's do it. So while the battery's high, we'll have a quick play with speed. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? So 4,000 kV. That's enough to pull wheelies. It's not going to steer terribly well when you're under acceleration, but under braking, you'll have that steering. Lovely big tires means we have grip for days, even on the loose stuff. Now, of course, you only get rear braking when you've got rear wheel drive in this kind of car. We've got a waterproof system as well. It's actually not crazy, which is nice to see. It's very usable. The only downside is you don't have the rotational speed to pick the car up or put it down again. How could you not have fun with this, eh? Like, look at it. Still have plenty of air authority there. I could bring the nose down and have it brake the way I wanted. Yeah, look, this is great on 2S. It'll be an absolute hoon on 3S. You will get longer runtime on a 2S battery of the same capacity as a 3, rated, that is. But you'll have more crazy power on a 3. The only thing is, not being four-wheel drive, it's actually harder to keep the thing on its wheels when it's tumbling. Now, low speed control, look, it's not going to be censored, so you're going to have cogging. This is what cogging is. It's when the things won't turn on low throttle, that's cogging. But on a fast car, it doesn't really matter, because how often are you going to have low throttle? Not very often. Not with a car like this, not really. No. Now, I bought this car at retail. Come on, get around. Yes. So the prices are going to vary depending where you are in the world. I'm actually quite happy with what I paid for this one. I'll put that on screen now. I dare say Arrma's fairly consistent with their pricing. Takes a tumble, doesn't it? Takes a tumble. So it's roly-poly fun. Now, as far as its road handling manners go on sealed pavement, it's going to be about what you think. There's going to be a fair bit of body roll. But that's part of the charm of a car like this. It'll cock a wheel. That wheelie bar is very necessary. Yeah, it's quite good. Definitely has the stability until we hit a thing, and then I don't have control. But, oh, and we've just hit low voltage. So I don't know how long we got on that, but it was a 3300, and I think you'd fit a 5000 milliamp hour brick in this thing. So there you go. The Arrma Quake, make no mistake, this is a fun thing even though there's not a hint of a snake. I like it. Let me know in the comments if you do too. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Throw me a like if you enjoyed this one. This joins the ranks of one of my more fun, playful machines. And honestly, 2S is actually pretty decent. I haven't done 3S yet, but I bet you it'd be kind of crazy because I found 2S a bit of a handful, but that's to my fairly novice hands as well. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT. Cheers.